Crypto.com is making a huge mistake with this new proposal. That's right. Crypto.com has came out with a new proposal, pretty much putting more CRO tokens in circulation. Now, a lot of community members are disagreeing with this. Some have different opinions. Me personally, I am one of the ones that's disagreeing with this move by Crypto.com. I think this really is a slap in the face to CRO holders who've been holding, since 2019, since 2020. And we're going to talk about that, man. We're going to talk about the new proposal that they just put out, and we're going to look at some of the community members' viewpoints on it. But before we get too deep into it, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, because I will continue to bring CRO videos each and every chance I get. We know the market is down right now. The sentiment for the crypto space is down overall, but we got to just pay attention to everything that's going on in the macro environment. Now, I will say this new proposal, it hasn't got passed yet or anything like that, but it does take a little of my conviction out of CRO for the moment. And we're going to talk about it, man. Am I still bullish on CRO? Let's get straight into it. Where we at with price today? So, man, we can see right now we are at 7 cents, down 19% in the past 24 hours. Now, we are coming in at a $1.93 billion market cap, so almost close to that $2 billion market cap, ranked 45. And before this proposal, I will say that I thought that CRO could easily be a top 25 project, and it possibly could, because it's no 100% thing that this proposal gets passed. So I'm not gonna just say that my conviction for CRO has gone away, because they're still building, they're still putting out new information, still following through with their 2025 roadmap. So you can't disqualify a project if they're following through with what they said they were going to do. Now, this proposal is a crazy proposal in my personal opinion, but I don't know, man. It's right now, it's just like it just really hurt my heart, because we was doing so good with CRO, even though everybody wanted it to pump, even though a lot of community members wanted different things. I feel like we were on the right track moving forward as far as building for CRO. But with this new proposal, man, it's hard to stand behind it. It's hard to stand behind, that particular proposal. Now, I'm still going to stand behind Crypto.com team and the Chronos project, because they have been building. I can't take that away from them, but at the same time, this proposal is crazy. But we can see if we zoom out all time, we are still up 268% since 2019. So in 2019, we saw price was once upon a time at 1 cent. Now we at 7 cents. So if you've been dollar cost averaging over long periods of time, you still should be in profit. Now, it's not looking, too good as of right now, because we saw, at the end of October, actually on Halloween of 2024, we was at this same price. Then we saw after the election, everything pumped, pretty much every crypto project pumped. We went up to 18 cents, almost 20-cent mark. Now we back down to 7 cents. But if you look across the board, man, that's happening to every single project that's out there right now. Now, we do have outliers that do perform and beat the market in any type of market, but at the same time, for the majority of the market, prices are down. I believe it was $1 billion that was liquidated in the past 24 hours for the crypto space. So when we take that in account, then we got to realize, man, everything is down at this moment in the market. Now, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what Crypto.com is doing currently. So today, they said an ambitious proposal was published for voting on the Chronos POS governance forum. So the community is invited to vote on a bold plan to restore Chronos' golden age, with a massive investment allocated to support Chronos' roadmap, its ETF, and America's ambition to become the world capital of crypto. Now, to support this goal, the Chronos Strategic Reserve will be established via a reversal of the February 2021 token burn. I don't like how that, I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna pause right there real quick. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't like how they said a reversal of a token burn, because technically if you're doing a token burn, you sending the tokens to a wallet that you cannot access. That's the whole purpose of a token burn. You shouldn't be able to retrieve those tokens anymore. Those should be unretrievable. That's the purpose of a token burn. So this already kind of threw it off. Even if they're just minting new tokens, I think the verbiage that they put out in a tweet is not a good way. I don't think they went about it the right way, because now people like, so you was telling us it was a token burn this whole time. It's just a cold wallet. It's just a wallet that you haven't accessed, but you have the accessibility to get into the wallet. So that's not a token burn. But we see the strategic reserve will be subject to a new 5-year lockup on top of the 5 years lockup that has already passed since CRO's original issuance. So on Ethereum, bringing a total vesting period to 10 years. Now let's just go to the comment. I'm gonna go look at the entire blog, but let's look what the comment section is saying, man. So somebody said, once again, the direction being pushed for CRO is moving away from what CRO fam has consistently asked for. This latest proposal to reverse the 2021 burn and reissue 70 billion. Now we had a 30 billion token supply count, but they trying to put back 70 billion in supply into a strategic reserve is the opposite of what the community wants. We've been vocal about it. Where you say we've been vocal about burns reducing supply to increase value and reward long-term holders, not inflating the supply back to 100 billion. The 2021 burn was a landmark for CRO, a signal of commitment to scarcity and growth. Doing it now feels like a step backwards, diluting our trust and the chain's potential. Yes, the Chronos ecosystem has bold ambitions, AI agents, ETFs, institutional adoption, and so on, but flooding the market with tokens locked up for another 5 years doesn't align with the vision. We want a lean, efficient tokenomics model that prioritizes burns to drive value, not a bloated supply dressing up as strategy. If the goal is to compete with top protocols, let's focus on real utility and scarcity, not artificial reserves. CRO fam deserves better. Let's demand burns, not balloons. And that was my pretty much my same sentiment, because I feel like this was pretty much a slap in the face, honestly, because how in the roadmap, in the 2025 roadmap, we see that, you know, it's burns being talked about in the roadmap. And these are pretty much taking the tokens out of circulation forever. Now you kind of backtracking. Why would you burn that many tokens if you plan on reissuing 70 billion? And if you didn't originally plan on it, I don't think you should go back on your word and just out of nowhere say, we're just going to put 70 billion tokens back in the supply. And I still think that even with the quote unquote this reserve that, you know, the government is trying to push, that Trump is trying to push, even with that, we still got 30 billion tokens in supply. So there's well enough tokens to create a reserve with, in my personal opinion. And I think just issuing 70 billion more tokens is a crazy thing to do, especially once you told the people, you told us, that you told your community members that 70 billion tokens were pretty much burned, and it's getting taken out of circulation forever, not just, you know, for a short amount of time, but this is forever. So when they backtrack and do things like this, it really is crazy, in my personal opinion, to really do this, especially at this time in the market. But maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe this is some type of strategic move that they plan on doing that is, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I'm trying to, we're going to look at the, matter of fact, we're going to read the blog, see what the blog has to say, see what they actually put out. I know I read it when it first came out. I just couldn't make a video at that time at that moment. But let's just see, man. Let's see what they talking about. All right, man. So this is the official newsletter for this burn. So, or this putting new tokens in circulation. So pretty much they said CRO to onboard billions and invest in the US. So a new golden age for Chronos. CRO is planning to onboard billions and invest in the United States. So the state of CRO today. Since its inception, CRO has continuously evolved in tandem with the transformation of crypto.com. and Chronos ecosystem through several revolutionary milestones. So at its genesis, CRO was designed as a unified gateway to consolidate the benefits of the Crypto.com platform and also to secure the network for the then Chronos proof of stake chain, which was the first foundational step in establishing the Chronos chain ecosystem. With the launch of the Chronos EVM and ZK EVM chains, CRO has become a pivotal asset powering a rapidly growing blockchain ecosystem. Today, CRO fuels DeFi use cases, serving as a gas token, DeFi collateral, and a yield-bearing token for on-chain users. It also secures 3 interconnected chains that have collectively processed over 165 million transactions, driving value for the Chronos ecosystem. Now, as both Crypto.com and the Chronos ecosystem double down on their ambitious roadmaps, the stage is set for CRO to undergo its next evolution. This transformation is necessary to align with their bold vision and to propel the ecosystem into a new era of innovation and growth. So what is this ambition, man? So bold ambition. In November, Chronos unveiled a bold new vision to become the primary blockchain for AI agents, a transformative vision that positions Chronos at the forefront of onboarding billions of users in the crypto. Simultaneously, Crypto.com announced an ambitious roadmap aimed at bridging the gap between crypto and traditional finance by launching groundbreaking initiatives, including ETLs backed by CRO. These efforts are designed to break down barriers and reach an even broader audience, encompassing retail and institutional investors. CRO lies at the heart of both of these monumental efforts. As the ecosystem evolves, CRO will play a pivotal role as the central economic engine driving adoption and enabling seamless integration for the next generation of crypto users. So they are planning on investing in the world capital of crypto. So one of the most exciting parts of the roadmap is connecting CRO to the institutional liquidity pools through Chronos ETFs. The Bitcoin ETF in the United States has been the fastest growing ETF of all time, attracting more than $100 billion since its launch in January 2024, securing a position among the top 10 protocols and achieving US ETF approval will be essential to drive institutional adoption of CRO. So making America the world capital of crypto will ensure the successful execution of the Chronos roadmap. Hence, we are proposing that the community vote on the creation of a Chronos strategic reserve, a reversal of the February 2021 token burn to support this ambition. So, like I said, I do not like the verbiage in this, y'all. I'm not going to count to y'all. I don't like how they put this because you cannot reverse a token burn. When you burn tokens, those tokens should be burned forever. Now, I'm not sure, like I said earlier, if they are minting new tokens, then that's even worse. I mean, I won't say that's worse, but it's still bad at the end of the day, because why are you reversing or minting new tokens? 30 billion is a lot of tokens. We see Bitcoin only has 21 million tokens that will ever be made. So why does CRO think they need more tokens? I'm not too sure. But we see the introduction of the Chronos strategic reserve. So in 2021, 70 billion CRO were burned in one of the most significant burn transactions in history. Under today's proposal, an equal number of tokens will be reissued on Chronos POS into a strategic reserve escrow wallet, bringing the total supply back to the initial supply of 100 billion. The Chronos Strategic Reserve escrow wallet will operate under strict control mechanism. The Strategic Reserve wallet will be subject to a new 5-year lockup on top of the 5-year lockup that has already passed since CRO's original issuance, bringing the total vesting years to 10 years. Vesting will be applied every month, or literally every month, and managed via native Cosmos SDK vesting account mechanism on the Chronos POS chain. With this change, CRO emission parameters will be adjusted to ensure that the validated rewards remain the same or remain at the same level. So they put this out today, and the release or the government's voting ended, or is going to end on the 17th of March. So they really only giving us 2 weeks to decide on this, man. This is a big, I feel like this is a big proposal. It has to be like at least a month, only 2 weeks. And we know I feel like that Chronos knows that this might get passed because truly we know that Chronos is kind of a centralized type of blockchain, honestly, in my personal opinion. So hopefully, man, the validators vote against this. I don't think they should do this at all. I think 30 billion tokens is enough to have on the blockchain. Honestly, like I said, comparing it to Bitcoin, Bitcoin has 21 million. So why you think you need more? You know what I'm saying? We in the billions. We already in 30 billion tokens. Why would we need 70 more? We already did the burn. So that's just taking back everything that what was promised to the community, and the community is only asking for burns. It'll be different if we did, you know, if we said, if the team said, okay, we're not doing another burn, but that's it. You know, we're not doing another burn. But now they're saying we're not doing another burn, but we're going to issue more tokens in supply, in circulating supply, and we're going to dilute what we just burned. That's crazy work to me. I think Chris, before they did this, I think he maybe should have did an AMA, or right after he did it, he should have had an AMA to follow up, to give the community more conviction in what they're trying to do. Because with this blog post, honestly, it's not really giving us much information. They're just telling us about a strategic reserve. But I mean, why do you got to issue more tokens for this strategic reserve? I'm not understanding it, you know, in my personal opinion. I think a lot of community members have the same sentiment. Now, we look, somebody said, I want to hear out Chris and Chronos on this 70 billion reverse burn before I decide to exit CRO fully when my lockup ends in 28 days for the 20%. I've been here since 2021 with high hopes. I'll be very sad if this is how it ends. Now, me personally, at the end of the day, honestly, I don't think, you know, we'll see the price get affected too much if this was to pass or not, especially at this time in the market. Maybe some people will dump, but I do think everything will pump. I do think we still have, we'll have that euphoric feeling in the market where everything eventually pumps, even if this is passed or not. But I just think for, you know, future references, like moving forward, not just this cycle, but next cycle, I do think this could possibly hurt CRO, in my personal opinion. Now, somebody else said, so if that 70 billion CRO was never truly burned, does that mean our tokens are actually worth 2 cents? Then somebody else said, reissuing 70 billion CRO coins with a 5-year lockup, then saying there's a linear investing period. Please explain how this is not just diluting the supply. Who is getting this 70 billion new coins? Explain why this is beneficial to the early CRO investors. And that is exactly my same sentiment. Like, how is this beneficial, man? How does this help the people who believed in your project for the longest? And I don't think they are understanding that. You know, I think Chris he's looking at the bigger picture. Of course, I don't think this was a intentional type of thing. I don't think he intentionally wanted to hurt the community, but that is exactly what he is doing. Now, sometimes, you know, hindsight is always 2020. Maybe this might be the right choice for CRO, especially if they're trying to do the strategic reserve or whatever they trying to do is that in that part of it. But I do think you should really listen to your community at the end of the day, because this community is what's been holding the price of CRO up. We've seen people absolutely talk bad about CRO and dump CRO, and the community is what held it up. Even after, you know, Chronos, the actual blockchain, were putting out meme coins instead of investing in community meme coins. They put out all these meme coins that had so much liquidity on there, and nobody is actually buying it. It's a project that's ran by the Chronos team itself. And I think that was one of the slaps in the face. This is another slap in the face. So I hope, and I truly hope, that they really see, like, hey, the community really doesn't want this, man. And I think 70 billion tokens in circulation, 70 billion, just having that total supply is a good thing. I don't think we don't need any more. It was a reason why we did that 70 million burn. So that's my opinion on it, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. I know a lot of people been asking me to make a video on this, and I had to do it. I know it's late, but I had to put this out there because hopefully somebody from the Crypto.com team, from the Chronos team, sees this and be like, hey, Nobody wants to do this, man. Nobody, the community doesn't want to see this. I think we can use some of that 30 billion total supply to use and do a strategic reserve with some of that. You know, if we just put 10 billion in a strategic reserve, especially if it creates less sell pressure, I think that's a great idea. But putting more tokens or minting new tokens, or not even minting, they didn't even make it clear if they're minting new tokens or if they're using that the quote unquote burn wallet that they had, or they're using those tokens. So it's a lot of what ifs right now for CRO, and I think this proposal couldn't have come at a worse time, honestly. I think this came at the worst time possibly, man. Why would we? I mean, at the same time, you can look at it like, okay, it's a bear market. How low can price truly go? But we've seen projects absolutely tank after some bad news, man. So only time will tell how this, will affect CRO, but it's still a proposal. Shout out to the validators. If any validators watch this, I want you guys to know that I'm 100% against this. I hope you guys are too. We don't want more tokens in circulation, man. Chris, you're a good guy, but please do not mint or take the tokens out of the burn wallet and put it back in circulation for this strategic reserve. I don't think it's necessary. I think we can pump without the strategic reserve. It is a bonus, it is a plus, but I do think we can do numbers without this new supply that's being put into total supply. So Crypto Tro, that's my video. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you click on mycrypto.com link. We both start making money when you start trading cryptocurrencies on the platform. So click that link, sign up, and we both get free money just by you trading. So Crypto Tro, I'm out of here.